sitting opposite you on this table for two. You reach for your glass and I reach for mine. You're drinking water, I'm drinking wine.
I'm going to be biased and I think they're all good because I'm in the band obviously, but lyric wise, what's my favourite lyric?
Witty.
Witty. Probably a song called Time, and there's a lyric in it that's time ticking by, the one thing we spend that we cannot buy, which is pretty true because still one thing that's inevitable is that we're all going to grow old and die. So I don't know. This album lyrically is more. I've been witty already. So this one is more that on first listen you get what I'm saying, and a lot of the content is quite vague, which sounds bad, but it's not, because the songs mean something to me personally, but to anyone listening they could mean any number of things to them. So I tried to make that like the theme for the album. There is there's strings on a track called Criminal, and there's also quite a bit of electronics. Some of it's buried and some of it is quite prominent, but that's the most ambitious thing we've done on the album, definitely. I'm a songwriter when we're not on tour. I write like some pop stuff. I'm working with Steve when we go back. I'm not going to say who with, but yeah, we wrote a song with him, and then a few months later he had someone in to play strings on maybe like a One Direction track or something, and then he said, I got him to record something for your song if you want it, and then sent it over, and then we put it in. It just sounded like phenomenal. It made the song. So we called it our Christmas Reminisce. The album got finished in July, maybe the beginning of. No, in July at some point the album got finished. We had a Christmas Reminisce. We went for a meal and had a pint, and we were looking, because we thought we were nearly done, and we were looking back on the whole recording experience and having some laughs and some jokes, and then it didn't get finished for months afterwards. So that was like, I found that really funny. We keep bringing it up, like, do you remember the Christmas Reminisce? We're like, oh yeah, we're going to have a summer Reminisce in a bit. No. The song was originally about my dog Rosie, and if you listen to it again now, you like it will click.
Actually heard that song.
Oh, okay, right. Well, if you listen to it now, it sounds like it's about a girl, but yeah, it was about my dog, and my dog was called Rosie, and because it's 3 syllables, Rosie's 2 syllables, it didn't work. So I just googled the most popular girl's name, like in the Western world, with 3 syllables, and it was Emily. So just banged it in there. It's kind of about the way that, like, I love my dog. She's like my babe. I've got 2 dogs, but she's a female one, so she's like cuter, and don't know just how I love her. But then again, she's a dog, and she's like whatever, doesn't really care. It's kind of like a cat is, you know, to a human. She is probably about 8 now, I guess. I don't know. It was my other dog Mika's 14th birthday the other day. Stumbled across his papers, found out. Had a really funny original name as well. I can't remember what it was. You know, like when the breeders give him a name. It was something really stupid, like Heston's something or other. That's irrelevant, isn't it, really? I know, yeah, it does suck. Originally it was written about the first time that we got to tour America, which is kind of on every band's bucket list. You know, starts off with, I want to play this venue, I want to tour with this band, and I want to get signed, I want to put an album out, but going to America on tour is like one of those things. It was definitely on my bucket list, so I thought I had to write a song, like, commemorate it, kind of thing. Nah, but, well, maybe, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that I consider having anyone find out about our music and like it a success, so don't know, it depends on what you deem successful. It's about a girl, that's all I'm going to say really. You know when like you have a relationship and you break up and they're like, oh, but I still want to be friends with you, it's like, it's obviously not going to work, so yeah, it's just that really in a song. I like to, writing's like a therapy for me. I kind of sort of have to write about a subject to get over it, to compute it in my head. So it turns into a song as opposed to like a memory, you know, it's just a song then. You can deal with it better. I can anyway. It's a really good question. I don't know, a lot of the people, I'm on my own most of the time. I do everything on my own really. The few friends I have are just the kind of person that I could go to if anything really bad. I know that they'd bail me out, you know, if they only had like, they would spend their last pennies like bailing me out of prison or something, you know, that's what I would consider to be a good friend, someone who's really got you back, because if they haven't, what's the point in making a relationship with them and sort of letting them in, you know? I think I've got it down now, but it's all an act, isn't it? It's a show. Like being the front man of a band is all like a yeah, it's an act. I just get really drunk really and sort of become someone else and go on stage. I think a lot of people do that because otherwise you have to separate who you are from who people perceive you as. Because perceive you because you know, you're really putting yourself up there, and it's almost like you're saying, judge me, you know, like look at me, and then if you don't like what you hear back, then that can destroy some people. So if people say that they think I'm a prick or something, I always know that's not really who I am anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't really have any first dates, to be honest. I've only ever had 2 girlfriends, and don't know, I just don't really get on. It's not that I don't get on with people, I prefer my own company. My mum's next door neighbour, Peter, he's like an older guy, he's pretty old. He might watch this and be like, cheers for calling me old. But yeah, he's just lives alone and he's happy, so maybe that'll be me, I don't know. As long as we're making music that when you're an artist, you should always make music that you would like to hear, and there shouldn't really be much influence from anything else, you know. I don't know, we're just going to make music that we like, and if other people like it, that's great, like-minded people, you know, and then if people don't, then they just cannot listen to it. That's... Yeah, no, I do, because I saw the picture that the guy's dad posted out, and it like kind of took me aback that people would do that, and the fact that, I mean, shitty stuff happens all the time, but for people to get away with it, that's just something else, you know. I mean, that yeah, they can't, that kid now has been like, had that happen to him, which is obviously like a traumatic experience. It may even put him off like music festivals or even music, you know, and experiencing live music in general, and I just think that people should be punished for that. And I haven't got like a billion zillion followers on Twitter, but I just thought I'd do my bit and post it out to whoever saw it, and you know, maybe it'd help. Oh, thanks. I don't really think I've committed any crimes. I may have done stuff that a lot of people didn't like, but I've never done anything I didn't like, so I don't consider any of them to be crimes. To compromise your artistic integrity, for like financial gain or popularity, that's a shitty thing to do.
Mouth.